Ready for some spiritual manna? Hello and welcome to the Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day. Each day, I'm JK. All right, so welcome to the Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day, and I forgot to do my shofar. So I did extra long since I forgot earlier, and then as soon as I turned on the video, I just like, my nose, and it's probably like, I just touched it. But I was just fixing my mustache, and see, it doesn't have as much under here, so I'm letting it naturally grow, because it has a lot here and a lot here, but not as much under there. I always tried to cover that up, just like I tried to cover up my birthmark for most of my life, and then found out that it's in the shape of Old City Jerusalem. So I tried to cover this up, that I could only grow a little bit of hair out of here. And then in the meantime, more grew up here and then tickles my nose. But what am I saying? So, my heart guitar, right? And so today, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited about a lot of stuff to talk about today. And some fun stuff, and some serious, but anyway, I'm gonna, so CVS, I'll have to ignore that call. I gotta remember to do my whistle tone, but sing, everyone. My wife was mortified, like I said, but she's creative and she didn't know it necessarily. And Cherie and Sean and my wife, you clean the sponges with vinegar and then you leave them out in the sun. So Cherie is going to try that in Vegas. So sing along. I don't need no botulism, salmonella, bacteria, salmonella viruses, streptococcus bacteria, meningitis, E. coli. I don't need no botulism. If you're like me, that was an earworm stuck in your brain. And my wife was like, no one wants to hear that. And I got to get in parasites or parasitic in there somewhere. And I think I can scratch over here. Cherie, don't like it. Boom, boom. Rockin' the cash bar. And then at the end, I think that's it so far. And also, I think that's it so far. I think that's it so far. And it's authentic from Israel. This was made in Israel, like just about all of them are. If you want to catch a Sasquatch, do you think that'll catch Sasquatch? The Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day. There are multiple intelligences out there, and everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Another thing is, I'm getting comments and people talking about, who do you trust? It's so difficult. Yes, the thesis of my book is, wherever my book is. I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. The thesis of my book is, I guess it's over. I don't know where my book. Anyway, Zurkowski's Information Literacy, Action Literacy. The thesis that I put in for the book is, it's very difficult to get good, reliable information. And the more controversial, or the more that is at stake, the more difficult it is to get accurate, good, reliable information. So, you have your mind, your heart, your soul, and your gut. Gut, I'm hitting my big gut. That helps when I have my laptop and I lean back. It's like a little shelf, my extra spare tire. It's kind of like a, I forget, it's something about being a father. Your reward is to get the spare tire. And so when I have my laptop, it rests really nicely on the top of my big fat belly. So that's the gut. Then that's inside of you. You have that. Now you also have the evil deceiver, the devil, the evil force. The one has lots of, God gave dominion over the earth in a lot of ways. Now God ultimately has power over the devil, but the devil has a lot of influence on us. Or if you don't want to say the devil and you get scared and you think, I don't believe in a man up in the clouds with a white beard. Well, most people don't. Little kids do. And that's the stupidest reason. I've heard so many adults use that. Like, I don't believe in that. Well, most people don't. And that's so many of the excuses of the religious, the anti-religious, the religious bigots, the spiritual bigots, the whatever, is they're running away from God. There's a God void, and everyone fills it. Everyone fills the God void, but not always with God. So you have AOC predicting, we have 12 years, just like the prophecies of the Bible, and I talked about that before. So I'm jumping around, but I'm saying everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and everyone has a mind, a heart, a soul, and a gut to draw from, to discern when it's good, reliable information, if you believe in God, when God is communicating to you. But if you don't believe in God, then good, reliable information, you still have to discern that and distinguish that from bad information, because information literacy is gathering good information, and action literacy is acting upon good information. All right, so some really cool subject. But I have my time for nutritious input. Not sure how nutritious this is, but it feels so good when it's bubbly. So this is called bubbly, a little advertisement for them. But there's a lot of different ways you can get sparkling water with natural flavors. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. The ingredients are carbonated water and natural flavor. And notice how when it says sparkling, that's more attractive than just carbonated water. So sparkling, there's a little media literacy that they'll use sparkling more often. I don't know if that's probably not, what's the word? Get your food. It's not patented or copyrighted or whatever. Anyone can say sparkling. But anyway, so listen to that. Get your, do it over here. So, oh, it's not a big pop. Okay. So this is, what is it, bubbly raspberry? But it's just carbonated water. Oh, natural flavors. So if you've ever looked to see what the FDA, I think it's the FDA, has approved as natural flavors, some are cool. This one, maybe this is nutritious, but the oil from the anus of a beaver has been approved as a natural flavoring. And maybe the oil from the anus of a beaver is good for you. I don't think it's going to taste as good when I have that on my mind, but then I forget about it and drink it. But I love the sparkling, and I don't know what minerals it has in it, so it's probably not super nutritious, but it's not bad for you. So here we go. Oh yeah, I have some. What do I have? Some other. All right, so here we go. Your cheers or blessings, and with people do not live by bread alone, but we need food and nutritious input. I need my nutritious input, processing, output, crap in, crap out, good in or gold in, gold out, or bad or good out. So here we go. Come on. man, if they put oil from the anus of a beaver in there, it is good. That tastes really good. Humans have always been manipulating the nature and the world for good results and for bad results, and some end up doing good results by accident. They do an experiment on one thing and they discover something else that's good. Others are very conscious that they're causing problems, but they do it anyway because they get a benefit. So I'm gonna grade Western medicine, drugs. I'm gonna give my grade on this scale over here, and my birthmark, and then feminine and masculine. I'm going to talk about that. But here's just a little bit of a song that I wrote by J.K. Shekinah. Now let's see. Shekinah. Mm-hmm. Shekinah. See, you're on the inside. You are on the inside. And I have some lyrics of a song that I'm going to maybe start to write. Darkness falls, my eyes close, and I see you. Sasquatch is getting in the way. Morning breaks, I wake and I'm in your arms. Shekinah, I love you dearly. Shekinah, Shekinah, night time comes, I sleep when you're in my dreams. Light shines through the window and on to you. Feeling some of the bubbly in my voice, so don't drink before you sing. Ooh, Shekinah, I love you dearly. Shekinah, I see you clearly. Shekinah, Shekinah. Song called Shekinah. Now it's not biblical or it's against the Bible and all that. I'll just throw it away because God's number one. Sticking with God, staying with God, and all that. But I was taking a nap and I felt the presence of God and coming through the window, and it was light shining through. It was a midday nap at the house that I grew up in. So that's Shekinah. So where was I? And then I hit a dog whistle tone with my breathing out. There it was. If you caught that, it was kind of faint. That was like a high 8th octave, D8. So very raw. I'm 10% with Dimash and Mariah Carey and Minnie Riperton, and one of the TNT boys did this whistle thing. They're at 100%, 90 to 100%. I'm at 10%, but you get to see as it develops. So, all right, so feminine and masculine. The subject, well, I'll do cultural appropriation first. So there's I bought this in Turkey. I loved where I was in Cappadocia, and I'm honoring the Bedouins and wearing this. Also, my ancestors through the Italian side were most likely desert dwellers, and what are they? They're not. They move. They're not in one place. So I can't think of the word. That's it, but I'll have to get it later. You just thought of it. But they're travelers and move from place to place with tents and all that kind of stuff. My ancestors would have worn this. So I'm honoring the Bedouins and the desert dwellers and the ones who are still around today, shepherds just like they were in Jesus' time. And whatever I wear, I'm honoring. So that's the difference. So this cultural appropriation gets used as a weapon. You're a dum-dum. If the culture is being honored, it's fine. The culture is being denigrated and you're making fun of the culture, then it's bad. It's not what it is. It's the heart. It's what the person is actually doing. So I love my lids, all my hats I have up there, all my lids, all my head coverings, and I wear different ones for various reasons. So that's a cultural appropriation. Feminine, masculine. Feminine, masculine. Feminine, masculine. I want to talk about, start with arranged marriages. And arranged marriages in cultures, they work out. I think they work out just as well as non-arranged marriages. That actually, when you get the family involved in it, it's a healthy family, and the parents are looking for the daughter. But I guess they look for the son too, don't they? Arranged marriages, they look for a young woman for a man. Yeah, they do. Maybe it's more in wealthy families now, but it's in certain cultures. So I want to sort of do that, but not really, but in that category of arranged marriages. So that actually could be a QOD for the day also, about arranged marriages. Maybe I'll switch that to the QOD. The question of the day is, what do you think about arranged marriages? But an American version where the parents have their eyes out and this person might be good for our daughter or our son, and somehow they get them to meet and that kind of thing. So that's the subject. I kind of have that, but maybe I'll talk about it next time. I think I'll talk about it next time, that I have somebody in mind. One of my daughters has an unbelievable boyfriend for a long time, and we love him. The other one hasn't found Mr. Right yet, and I have in mind who I think might be Mr. Right. All I'm looking for is for them to meet, and then it goes from there, because you just don't know when you learn of somebody through media, and you're not sure that they are what they are, but hopefully I'm discerning enough and just want my daughter to meet this person and this person to meet my daughter, because I think he would like her and my daughter would like him. They seem like they would be good for each other. So what can I do? I need some help out there to do it the right way. And then let the chips fall where they may. I'm just going to be working on getting them to meet. So that's feminine, masculine, arranged marriages, or semi-arranged marriages, or conscious connections. And they also happen naturally with families knowing each other and neighbors and good, healthy neighborhoods and that kind of thing. A birthmark, so I haven't hung it up yet. Over here is where I want to hang it. But I just want any attention that this gets. My birthmark in the shape of Old City Jerusalem is for the glory of God, for God's will. This is, see how on mine, this concave shape is the same in the same place. This is the western side. This is the western wall, the Wailing Wall, but this is the western side. And the walls are 40 feet high, 10 feet thick. Pretty amazing. In general, there's different heights and thicknesses, but in general. And this is the northeast corner. So Jesus was crucified either here, or right about here. Holy Sepulchre is here. That's the more traditional. Temple Mount. My birthmark cuts through the Temple Mount a little bit and goes out into the Mount Zion out here. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough. So, got some cool feedback about that. Then info artist JK, but my J fell off. JK, info artist JK. Love your enemies. Jesus, Yeshua, and then the God Info Cafe. I hope it is godly info. That one fell off because a piece of it chipped in the back. I'm not sure where my J went. So there we go. Yeah, there's my book. And it's still not available as a book. It's available as an ebook. Oh, yeah. And so Christian Extremists Equal Extreme Love, original digital art by JK, InfoArtist JK. Very authentic, very authentic. Get your t-shirt. Really good quality. And you can get it for a hat, that design on a hat and all different things. And so now the QOD, the question of the day, is what do you think of arranged marriages or a modified version of it? And who has stories where that maybe worked or it happened kind of naturally? So that's about it for today. Okay. So, oh yeah, Western medicine. So you have the good medicine, and this, they have drug stores and kind of cognitive dissonance. So don't do drugs, but you go to the drug store. It's on purpose. And so this is a good medicine, but this is bad medicine. And there's plenty of bad medicine. And to think, we know that governments have experimented on people, experimented on their soldiers. America's done it, but we're not the only country to do that. So you can't just accept out of hand what they do. And there are medicines that get tainted, and so that causes problems. So vaccines work, but if you get a bad vaccine, that causes problems. So all of us were against bad vaccines, dirty vaccines, tainted vaccines, impure vaccines. We're against that. We're for good vaccines, good medicine, and it should never be forced. And so that's another subject we can talk about. And so I'm going to be integrating that a dry erase board better and better. I get better and better at it. So my grade for Western medicine, of course, is not very high. So that's a 0. That's 100. This is a failing F, 50%, 59%. They get about a C- or D+ for Western medicines because just use all medicines around the world, including herbs and anything that's part of the world, use. And then Western medicine would go way up. But right now, Western medicine has a C-, D+, because they're limited. There's so many great healing substances out there that they close their eyes, they close their mind, I see no evil, all that kind of stuff. They stick their head up there where the sun don't shine. They stick it in the earth and the ground. So there shouldn't be, Western medicine should be open to all Eastern, Northern, Southern medicines. All right. Oh yeah, so I'm the Bible verse for today. If your sinful nature controls your mind, there is death. But if the Holy Spirit controls your mind, there is life and peace. And my first name means God's peace. Yeah. Also means district and traveler. But if the Holy Spirit controls your mind, there is life and peace. For the sinful nature is always hostile to God. It never did obey God's laws, and it never will. That's why those who are still under the control of their sinful nature can never please God. Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 8. And then I don't think I showed this, but this is original music for Hail to the Redskins. Or maybe I did. Signed by Bernie Breeskin. He's the one who wrote the music. I think I did show it. But anyway, there's my name. And it means God's peace. And in district, like place, and traveler. Interesting. Worthy, take the scroll, open its seals, slain, paying in blood, you bought men and women, bought them back from all over the earth, bought them back for God. Then you made them a kingdom, priests for our God, priests, kings to rule over the earth. Those lyrics I want to turn into a song. That's not definitely it yet. That's just what came to my mind. I think that's it so far. I think that's it so far. I think that's it so far. I think that's it so far, so far, so far, so far. For Brent. The temple trumpet that's black for everybody. God loves all, but not all of God. Are we in the end of an age? Are we in the end of an age? Are we in the end of an age?